Well, I was talking to my cousin. She came from New York, and I spent most of the day talking to her and her husband, and she began to talk about, she go to a lot of different countries and talk to people, and she was telling me about how many countries already that got over into the beast system. I mean, they doing away with the dollar bill, and they getting a chip implanted in them, and so that they won't have to use money, but they could go to a cash register in a store and scan themselves, and their groceries and stuff will be paid for. And as she was talking, this is the way the devil is tricking people. He easing this thing in on them. And she was telling me, I just listened to her talk, and then she said, this seems like a good idea. So you don't have to have any money anymore. And she was telling me about, she said, they call it the New World Order. And I said, this sounds like the mark of the beast. I said, you better not take that. She said, but it sounds like a good idea. And the devil is tricking those. If you're not in your word, we talk about staying in your word and reading the Bible. If you don't know nothing about the mark of the beast, then you're going to get caught up in it, ain't you? The Bible talks about that you won't be able to buy nor sell without that mark. And that's what she was talking about. She said, she called me Charles. She said, Charles, she called me man. She said, man, you won't be able to do nothing without that. She said, you won't be able to get your check. You won't be able to do nothing. You won't be able to get your money out of the bank or whatever, without that money. I said, you better not take that. But see, some are ignorant of the mark, ain't they? Some don't know nothing about it. In Revelation, the 13th chapter, starting at the first verse. 13th chapter, the first verse. It said, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns,